going on, MSFers? Ulam here. I'm back here with another video. And today, we've got Cosmic Crucible week number 4, I think. Recap? Yeah, week number 4 recap. And week 5 defense. So, you see, I did go 1 and 2 once again. Unfortunately, I am with the big dogs in Masters 2. And a lot of people have Odin, which none of my opponents had Odin this week, actually, which was kind of interesting. So, no excuses there. But let's get into how we did. So room number 1, this is what ended up losing it for me here. Super inefficient fight because I used the APOC ult on turn 1 of APOC instead of using the special. Pushed Super Scroll into stealth, could not punch him, and then Super Scroll ended up having his way with me, and I took a lot of turns to kill him. But it did end up working as a one-shot, so that's fine. No pre-taunt here allowed me to APOC Tangled Roke it. Room number 2, we got New Warriors BTS going into a Sasquatch Doom Hive Mind, and this was super straightforward, super easy. This was a weird room, honestly. Room number 3, Double Sack SD Eternals going into Spider Society Mephisto. It's the same thing we see all the time now. Room number 4, I used Kang, Titania, and Cabal to absolutely delete this room. If you do not bring Kang or Titania into this, Orcus will eat your lunch. I'm not joking. Orcus will absolutely eat your lunch because Scientist Supreme puts out slows on your team and gives speed up to her team, to the Orcus members, and Lady Deathstrike will ult and delete your Cabal members because of those new stats, because Cabal does not stop on spawn turn meter from Scientist Supreme, so she still gets to ult turn 1 super fast. So be very wary of that. Room number 5, use Superior 6 against an Extreme, did extremely well here, no pun intended. And then room number 6 did a North Star M for M into a Annihilators with Dorm, and it did okay. North Star did end up dying. And then on defense, my opponent did Ultimus with Cabal into my Black Knight with Hive Mind, did really well. Room number 2, we did Old Man Logan Superior 6 on my Illuminati. Room number 3 did APOC, Rolk, Nova, Guardian, and BTS on my Annihilators with Dorm. Did really well here. Room number 4 used Illuminati against my Orcus Sus team. Again, this guy had a lot of stuff for offense. He had Illuminati, he had Superior 6, Old Man Logan. He had a lot of stuff on offense. Room number 5 did Tangled, Dakin, Kestrel, Kang, and almost dropped a fight here. If he dropped this fight, I would have ended up winning, but he did not, unfortunately. Then Double Sack SD Eternals takes out this. So round 1 was a loss. Round number 2 going against Sashino. We used Cabal, Dakin, Lizard here. Dakin did pretty much nothing because Lizard just goes, Cabal goes, and it ends. Room number 2, we did Superior 6, Old Man Logan against an Illuminati. Goes super straightforward as always. Room number 3, we did a sack with Bifrost, and then we went, hey, I'm going balls to the wall on this. And then we did APOC, Rolk, Nova, Doom, and Emma, and this somehow worked. It was absolutely nuts. Really inefficient, but I got the win here, so this was really cool. Room number 4, New Warriors attempt here. Did not work. I ended up having Lady Deathstrike delete me. And then I came in with Pegasus, but I used Quicksilver over Ironheart Mark II for some extra damage. And I knew we were going to get slow put out there turn 1, so Quicksilver got extra turn meter right away. Room number 5, Mo Tangled did pretty well here at 83.53. It's a one-shot, though, on a Dorm Extreme that is quite large as well, so I'll take that. And then room number 6, Double Sack SD Eternals. Then coming in to my defense, he used Echo, Cabal, and Lizard. There's no need for the Echo here at all. Just Lizard this and you're good to go. He also didn't use Lizard as a Raider, which was a fascinating choice, let me tell you. And then in room number 2, he used a sack and then used Superior 6. So single sack and then Superior 6 Vulture took out my Illuminati. What a time to be alive, man. Room number 3 used North Star, Ares, M for M to take out my Annihilator's Dorm. Room number 4, APOC, Tangled, Rolk, and a pre-taunt took out my Orcus, Sus, and this one shocked me. So Sus goes turn 1, rewinds on the Absorbing Man and the Rolk, and then Tangled goes, then APOC goes, and then it worked out pretty well for him. I got to give him credit for that. Room number 5, He tried MOE with Nova, did not work, only killed the Rogue, and then he did New Warriors into it for the cleanup. And then in room number 6, did a double sack, and then he did SD with Silver Surfer, which I thought was interesting. I did get 2-point better efficiency here on it than he did, so whatever. But I lost this one by 2 points. This was an absolute heartbreaker. And then in round number 3, room 1, I used Tangled, Dokken, Lizard, and Echo. I made the mistake of thinking this game would work correctly and Dokken would get on-spawn turn meter from Noir. I reported it to the devs, and their answer to my question was passives don't trigger passives. So it is intended that Dokken does not get speed when Noir goes stealth on spawn. So this didn't work. Then I came in with Darkhold and it ended up working. Room number 2, New Warriors took out a full Orcus. This is why you don't put Orcus in room number 2, because New Warriors get offense up because of the offense down that Science of Supreme gets, and then they flip it because of the room rules. Don't do this. Then in room number 3, we did a double sack, and then we did APOC, Rolk, Doom, Nova, Emma on this on a 4.6 million Annihilator sus. And it ended up working, but boy, oh boy, was this terrible efficiency. Came down to a 1v1, and I actually almost timed out. So, room number 4, Cabal, Kang, Titania against a Black Knight Extreme with Rogue. This worked really, really well. Did not take any chances against a Black Knight Extreme. Room number 5, we used a double sack, Eternals SD, same old, same old. And then in room number 6, we had to use the Old Man Logan Superior 6 composition here. And then unfortunately, my opponent did not attack in round 3, so that's pretty much probably the only way I didn't go 0-3. But let's go into my defense for week number 5, and you see room number 1 is brand spanking new. That's right. We are going with Old Man Logan back on defense here. We're going to keep Illuminati for offense. So in room 1, I want to see how strong these reworks really are with the striker assists. So we have Zuggs as a pre-taunt to make sure MOE can't come in and one-shot Old Man Logan. We have Noir for some incredible speed. We have Agatha, who's going to hit like a freight train with her assists and her ping mechanic. And then Moon Knight, who will also hit very, very hard. And then Old Man Logan, who's obviously an incredible character who's always going to strike fear into your opponents once they see this. So I'm just going to sit here and look at this and go, hey, Noir's going to go turn 1, and then they're going to get assists from 2 massive rework characters that have incredible stats now. And then Old Man Logan's just going to do Old Man Logan things. If they overkill this with like Cabal, cool, then they don't have Cabal somewhere else. If they try to get greedy and try to like New Warriors this, good effing luck, and they will get punished big time for that. Room number 2, we're going to put Superior 6 in here. There's really no good room for Superior 6 anymore, so I'm just putting them in room number 2 because they don't lose anything from being in room number 2. There's really no other team that does well in 2, honestly, so they're just going to be thrown in there because I need to put Superior 6 on defense and have a sturdy defense up if I don't have Illuminati anymore. So Superior 6, we've got Raider on Lizard. I did lock that in for purple ISO as well for Cabal uses. Also, Lizard's just a great Raider. I do have Raider on Green Goblin Classic. It could be a striker. I don't really care, honestly. Kraven is absolutely a Raider, and then Spider Slayer is absolutely a striker. I have Doc Ock as a striker as well because Doc Ock is going to take some turns, and he's got a big health pool, so his striker attacks do pretty well. Room number 3, that's right. We're throwing Black Knight in with Annihilators just to mess with people because this will be funny, won't it? So what's better than 1 really good pre-taunt? 2! So if they get through 1 pre-taunt in Black Knight or in Gladiator, then they've got another one to contend with. So this is going to be pretty interesting. I think this is going to be a room that's going to get probably Cabaled, and then they're not going to be able to get the vulnerables, so then Cabal's not going to be able to stop the turn meter and potentially go really, really fast, or get the rewinds out there as well from Namor ult, and then Black Knight's going to eat their lunch. So I'm curious to see how this goes, honestly. I'm genuinely curious. I'm curious to see if somebody's going to try to like APOC New Warriors this and really, really try to like greed this out, and that's probably not going to treat them very well. For room number 4, we're going to keep Sus Orcus in here. I know Scientist Supreme should be tier 3 healer relatively soon. I am missing 1 crystal on her. So once she is tier 3 purple ISO, she will be clearing vulnerables on her first turn when she ultimates. So Cabal will have a lot harder of a time into here. Unfortunately, my free-to-play Orcus is not doing the best as other people would. So the bigger Orcus you have, the more dangerous this room gets. But I'm going to keep it in here because I like the room and it still pulls something big because it's just a scary room. Room number 5, my thought was, hey, Extreme is really, really good on defense. What makes them more annoying? If they revive, that's right. So I'm going to keep Dormammu in here because if people try to like MOE North Star it, they lose a lot of damage and they usually end up losing. Even with like full MOE, MOE Doom, MOE Dorm, MOE, a lot of things have been losing into room 5. So if I throw Dorm in here, I'm probably going to tier 19 to him as well because I have a lot of Mystic gear laying around. So I'm probably going to use some Mystic gear on Dormammu. But I have confidence in this room. I think this room's going to hold well, or at least be an efficiency sink. And then in room number 6, we're keeping the same thing, Mephisto Spider Society. If you do not have Mephisto, you could throw, I don't know, just put a throwaway room in 6. The room rules in 6 are so lackluster that I just don't care about them that much. You can throw like a Darkhold in here if you want to, if you don't want to try my room number 1. You could try other things. Just throw something in there that's going to be fun. Maybe confuse your opponent. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I think rooms 1 through 5 are going to be the hassle for your opponent, and you can give them a freebie in 6. But that's going to be it for this one. Gents and gals, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys use my defense. And if you do, drop a comment down below and let me know how it's treating you or how it's not treating you or how you're going to decimate my defense when everybody copies me. But that is it for this one. Until next time, this is Madolam. Later, MSFers.